There is a lot new, though, with the San Diego State Aztecs and the red and black with really a big win. I mean, I loved what Al Borges said after the game. He said, "You're doggone right that's a big win." I mean, that's what he said. And joining us right now from the Aztecs is senior defensive end Ernie Lawson. First of all, Ernie, congratulations, man, on a win. I know that Brady Hoke and you guys say, hey, we enjoy a win for 24 hours and turn the page. So I'm sure you guys have turned the page, but I don't want to let you turn it yet. I still want to congratulate you on a great win on Saturday night.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
You were all over the field, Ernie. Chris was even telling me, looking through the binoculars as he's calling the game, that you were making plays left and right. You know, if you're really looking at the line play on defense.
He was.
Facing a team like Air Force with that option attack and only having a few days to prepare for it, how on earth were you guys able to limit them when so many other teams have struggled so badly against that offense?
You know, it was just a good game plan by Coach Long. He's familiar with their offense, and he usually devises a pretty good game plan for them each time he goes out and plays them. And, you know, he just put us in right places to make plays, and thankfully we were able to do that for most of the night. So it's really most of the stuff goes for Coach Long.
Well, okay, we'll give him some of the credit, but let's be honest, Ernie, the week before against BYU, you guys didn't tackle worth a darn, or at least you didn't tackle the way I know you guys are capable of tackling. So I'm positive that was a point of emphasis going into the Air Force game from Rocky Long, and that was, I'll put you guys in the position, but you better make some tackles. And I thought, by and large, you guys really tackled well on Saturday night.
Yeah, we really tried to because, I mean, like you said in BYU, we didn't tackle anybody. And so we knew that we had to do that, especially for Air Force, because if you don't tackle them, I mean, they're going to score. You know, so, you know, it was a big emphasis for us, and, you know, we just tried to swarm to the ball and get everybody there, and, you know, luckily it worked out for us.
I know the mentality is that each game's worth one game, win or loss, and doesn't really matter who the opponent is, but was there just a little bit of extra satisfaction for getting the first win over a ranked opponent since 1996? Any Aztec team, I mean, that's something to be proud of, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, most definitely. But for us, I mean, we didn't even really view them as, I mean, the whole rank deal. You know, that wasn't really on our mind at all. You know, it was just a big game for us. I mean, every game's a big game, whether it's Air Force or like this week, New Mexico. Every week's big. You know, especially now that we're in conference play because we want to win the championship. So you got to have every game, and so you know, that was our biggest focus, and it was just great getting the win.
Ernie Lawson, defensive end, San Diego State, after the win over Air Force, joining us here on Extra Sports 1360. Now, I'm right about, I mean, serious, Ben, I mean, and I don't even look at the stats, because I didn't have to look at the stats. I don't know how many tackles Ernie finished within the game. All I know is that he blew up a ton of plays, and I was saying during the game that Ernie Lawson's playing a little angry tonight. He's a little upset out there, and I kind of meant it in the nicest way possible, Ernie, but you got to play that position with a little bit of a chip on your shoulder. And seriously, I mean, Air Force is going to block you. The key is getting off those blocks and then doing some damage. And I thought that's what you did so well on Saturday night.
Well, I mean, that's all I was trying to do. And, you know, playing D-line, you have to kind of play angry. You have to be tough to play D-line. And, you know, especially, I mean, for DNs, kind of, but especially for the nose position with Jerome and Neal, you know, they played a great game. In the middle, and they really helped eliminate the dive in there. So, yeah, it was really, I have to give a lot of props to them because they played a hell of a game.
Ernie, we were just talking about it before the break. You were on the team 2 years ago that lost to New Mexico 70-7.
Yes,
going back to, I know you don't want to think about it, but going back there this week, is that going to be on any of the seniors' minds, a little retribution to show what you did a couple of years ago was not what you guys are all about?
Yeah, I mean, maybe, but for us, it's another game. You know, 70-7, that was 2 years ago. Those were two different teams. You know, it has nothing really to do with us now. So, like, for us, in any week, this is just another week, and it's another game. It's another game that we have to have. You know, so that's just our biggest deal. 77's not really on any of our minds for the most part.
Yeah, well, can I tell you something? As an alum and as a broadcaster and as a media guy, it's damn well on my mind, Ernie. So let's go in there and take care of that for us on Saturday night. Last thing, Ernie, before we let you go. Just where is the confidence level of this team right now? I mean, look, okay, the one game at a time thing, let's leave that aside for the moment. But where are you guys confidence-wise in terms of your ability and how good you guys are starting to think this team has a chance to be?
Well, we just believe we can win every given Saturday. With how hard we work and how hard we prepare, we deserve to win, and that's how we feel. And, man, that's just the biggest deal. We work just as hard as anybody else in the country, so why can't we play with anybody else in the country? It's how we feel. So we're confident that we can hang with anybody and we can win any game, whether it's New Mexico or Alabama. It really doesn't matter to us. And so that's the mentality that we have, and I think it's helped us out a lot.
I like the way he thinks, Ben.
Ernie, good luck against the Lobos. We'll be pulling for you.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, senior defensive lineman Ernie Lawson out of Vallejo, California.